Good day, I'm Ilse Schoonraad for Group Editors Live. As part of its decision-making process, the National Council of Provinces is currently conducting public hearings countrywide on the new proposed Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill, or as it is known, the Bela Bill. The Western Cape Education Department, under the leadership of Minister David Pienaar, the entire provincial government, civic organisations and thousands of parents strongly oppose the bill. The main issue is the weakening of school governing bodies, excluding parents from crucial policy decisions. Due to the high levels of corruption and abuse in South Africa, this centralised power enabled by the bill is a huge concern. Parents fear the bill will replace community-run schools with state-run schools, leaving the door wide open to state indoctrination of young minds and one-sided policies. At the public consultation sessions in George on Wednesday 28 February and in Mossel Bay on 29 February, residents and members of the civil rights organisation AfriForum arrived in their numbers. George Herald's Michelle Pienaar, who attended the hearing in the town hall, is with me in the studio. Michelle, so it was a busy night and people sound very, very against the bill, in George at least.
They did. It was really packed. The hall was packed, the wings were packed. There were people still lining up half an hour into the session. I couldn't believe it. I mean, when I came there, they were snaking up until the pavement. And most of these people, 90% I would guess, were definitely against it. There was such a long line of speakers, and it had to be orchestrated very, very, very carefully because each one does wanted to have a spot to speak and a turn to say whatever they feel.
Sover as wat daar getrevel is met die bil, word die bil van die hand gewys, hy word gereject. Waarheen wil ons president nou nog gaan? Wat wil ons president nou nog hê as die gemeenskap klaar sê hoe hulle voel oor die bil? Ons president is arrogant. Hy gaan loer by ander lande wat daar aangaan en wil dit hier kom toepas.
It was evident that most of the people were against it. There were some people who said they do support the bill. There were some ANC supporters and they said, no, they think it's a very good idea. Mm-hmm. There was even a group of EFF supporters. They were singing and dancing in front of the hall for a while they also waited to be let in because it took time. It took quite a while because everybody needed to sign in to say they were there. And but all in all, it was extremely well attended. Over 1,000 people.
That is unusual. Very unusual. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. So people feel passionately about this.
I do.
Big gripes include the fact that the governing bodies, the school governing bodies, won't be able to decide the language policy or attendance policy.
I think people are really afraid that the power will be taken away from the school and the children, the school and the parents, that they will not have a say as to what's happening in the school. I do understand if you look at the basic argument about why they feel it's important that the government should have a little bit more power is because of some of the corruption that's happening in school governing bodies. But the thing is, there where the corruption takes place, there's also other ways. The other side of the argument is there's other ways for the province to deal with that. So if it's not being dealt with, then it doesn't mean that that whole section of the bill should be changed. So the idea is not. Well, the people feel they don't want the power taken away from the schools and the parents. They still want to have a say in what's going on in their own school.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, solve the problem at the schools who have problems. But now,
yes, but now everybody
across the board.
In Afrikaans, they say almal word onder dieselfde kam geskeer.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've now heard what people don't want, why they don't want the bill. What do they want in the bill that's maybe not there? What issues are not being addressed?
Well, they feel that some very urgent matters such as pit toilets and bathroom facilities that is, really bad in some schools should rather get that type of attention. And some schools are severely understaffed, overcrowded. We know there's a huge shortage of schools. So there's a lot of other physical issues that could rather get that type of attention than, school governing bodies.
Including, of course, basic teaching and numeracy and literacy levels of the children.
Yes.
I mean, that is a big concern, as we all know.
It is.
We're at this stage where the hearings end on the 4th of April. And the National Assembly passed it last year.
Yes.
So what's next? What happens after all these hearings are done?
Well, each province needs to decide whether they accept it or not.
Okay.
And then afterwards, they're supposed to reach a consensus.
All 9 provinces?
Yes. They're supposed to communicate with each other and decide whether they want it or not. And then it goes to the president for a sign-off. Or not.
And as he said in the State of the Nation address, he's just looking for a pen. Thank you, Michelle Pienaar. Thank you for chatting to us. I'm Ilse Schoonraad for Group Editors Live.